Hey guys, this is Alex with 4.5, and we're gonna do the first episode ever of Investment Property Showdown. And I have two of probably top people in the nation in terms of managing a property professionally. And these guys have gone through trials and errors and found a way to win and set up their property management business successfully and grow it successfully. So I will run through quick introductions and we'll dive right into the specific questions. And the questions going to be all around what makes Las Vegas or Memphis the best area to buy investment property and hold investment property. So let's go ahead and get started with introductions. Give me 15 seconds, Douglas. Who you are, where you come from.
Okay, I'm Douglas Skipworth with Crest Core Realty. We help people succeed in the rental house business. We've got a real estate brokerage, a property management company, and a maintenance company that help everyday investors like you and me buy, manage, and maintain single-family homes, duplexes, and small apartment complexes throughout the greater Memphis area.
Excellent, sir. Thank you. And George?
Yeah, I'm George Trombley, the owner and broker of Blackbird Realty and Management here in Las Vegas. We have a real estate brokerage that does primarily property management, some sales, but we contract all of our maintenance out to general contractors or plumbing contractors. Too much to keep it in-house.
Gotcha. Excellent. So a little bit different philosophies, but both of you are excellent companies in terms of customer experience and your knowledge. So let's dig right in. You guys know your markets really well. So let's figure out, where am I buying, Memphis or Las Vegas? At the end of the call, I'll give you my verdict as personally where I would buy my next investment property. But let's dig right in. So let's start with Douglas, if you don't mind. Douglas, why Memphis? Give us a quick 30-second scenario of why Memphis right now is a hotbed for investment properties.
Yeah, so Memphis is economically stable. So it's consistent growth. We're a solid renters market, and the rent to price ratio is the best in the nation. So you can get more bang for your buck. So those three, again, the stability with big companies like FedEx. Then you've got just a steady renter market all the time. The demand for quality rental houses is great. And then third, you can get a lot of house for your money. You can got a lot of rent for your purchase price.
Gotcha. Thank you. We'll get right back with you in terms of prices and figure out the average price.
Yep.
But George, what's going on in Vegas? Why Vegas is a good place to invest right now?
Well, Las Vegas is a great place to invest right now. As you know, that a few years back, we were the foreclosure capital of the world, so there's a lot of houses that, pretty much got dumped onto the market here. So you had houses that sold for $400,000 that you could buy for $89,000, $90,000. That market's starting to come back, but there's still some great deals to be made in our market here. We've got, a lot of conventions that come to town here, a lot of people that service those conventions. Las Vegas just picked up a hockey team franchise. They haven't even named the hockey team yet, but it's big news here, and it's going to be going into the T-Mobile Stadium and on the Strip. So it's expected to bring a lot of more business to Vegas, and they're talking now maybe there's going to be a football. The NFL is interested in Vegas, so Douglas, if you want to move out here, we could use you here.
It's fun place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Well, this is cracking to be an interesting discussion because there's some advantages I already see for Las Vegas. For example, if I'm a landlord going to check out my property, it's a nice visit. All right, but Douglas got some metrics in there that hard to beat. Stable industry and reasonable houses and the pricing. But George, you got the line of appreciation that just about to curve up, where now is a good time, right? So let's dig a little deeper. So. Two questions. Let's start with George this time. How much does someone need to put down to have a good rental house? In other words, leverage. What is that magic number for you to leverage the cash for the best return on investment, and also what is your average home price?
The down payment for an investor is right about 20%. That's probably the minimum you're going to get in. The more you can put down, the better off you're going to be. Our median home price, there's really they really don't figure it by average. They go by median home price. So the median home price right now in Las Vegas is $215,000 range.
Gotcha. And would you recommend investors to buy in that range or higher or lower?
Well, housing that is in the $212,000 range right now, it is a seller's market. So those houses don't stay on the market very long. When they do come on the market, they're gone fast. So you almost get a bidding war going on there for your property. But yeah, those are the houses that people buy, and the majority of the houses that's here. Yeah, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage in a nice neighborhood, sometimes gated community.
Gotcha. Thank you for that. So, Douglas, same question to you about how much would you recommend someone to put down to have the best leverage for their cash, and what's the average or median? Thank you, George. Medium home prices.
Yeah, good question. So I'll start backwards. The median home price is probably just shy of 150,000. So you can, as an investor, if you're conservative, obviously you can pay all cash, or you can pay all cash. If you're conservative, we see people leveraging about 50%. And then if you really want to kind of goose it and look for that return, that cash on cash, we see folks going less than 25%. So 25 down to 0. We got some lenders in town who can help do that, and you can do some refinancing that allow you to, really get below that kind of traditional 20%.
Gotcha. What would be, guys, your forecast on appreciation? And this is we don't know. This is not a guarantee or any kind, but you guys been in the industry. You know your markets. What is your gut feel? Next 5 years, what are we looking at, Douglas, appreciation-wise?
Yeah, so in Memphis, we've got really 2 markets. We've got the suburbs where you have a lot of new construction, a lot of growth. I'm guessing you're going to have 5-ish% appreciation, 3 to 5% a year in those houses. And then you've got the city where you've got a lot of older traditional houses. Kind of like George, it is a seller in the suburbs and growth areas, east, north, south of the city, seller's market, appreciation, new construction, really good investment for the long term. In the city, buyer's market, older houses, rent to price is excellent, less appreciation, but we bottomed out probably 4 or 5 years ago. So we were down quick and have come back up, but it's slow and steady there.
Gotcha. So there's different markets in suburbs versus
Absolutely.
housing. So depending on investor goals, you can advise them where to.
Yeah, that's correct.
Gotcha. Exactly. And George, what do you forecast appreciation to be looking like in Vegas for the next 5 years?
That's such a hard question to forecast 5 years out. But the way our market works here is they look at appreciation by zip code here. I mean, you've got zip codes over here where there's a development called Mountain's Edge. It's very, very popular. And the appreciation there has been, 11, 12, 13, 14%. And then you've got north of town, which traditionally was a terrible place to be, North Las Vegas. There's a development out there called Aliante. Everything out there is new. And it's very, very desirable for someone to live there because they've got a beltway that runs through there now. It's close to Nellis Air Force Base. So you see a military population, they'll buy a house out there, they'll live in it for 2 or 3 years, hang on to it, move out, and turn it into a rental. Then Henderson, Nevada is the largest city in Nevada by the amount of land it occupies, and that's to the southeast of Las Vegas, and Las Vegas is the largest city in Nevada by population. Henderson is a very, very desirable area, so it's hard to say, that our market appreciates at 5% or 6% because you've got these pockets all over. Like Doug is saying, his suburbs do better for growth than they do inner city. And same thing is true here. Our inner city is very, very old. The homes down there probably all have asbestos and lead paint in them. So when you buy in down there, you're going to have to clean that up, usually abate the asbestos out of it if you're going to renovate it. And so it's more expensive to buy that house and turn it around than and keep it as an investment.
Gotcha. Thank you. So, hey, let's start. Let's go back to George and start with this. I want to know, what is the success formula for the best return on investment (ROI) for a real estate investor coming to your town. As far as property type, the location, and down payment. Just give me kind of your gut feel. How would you do it?
Yeah, my advice would be a single family home, $250,000 range. If you can find one that's not in a homeowners association, tenants like those a lot better because they don't have a homeowners association that's so obtrusive. A lot of these homeowners associations are nothing more than landscape maintenance associations. Those are the ones that you want to get. And you can usually tell how bad that's going to be and how evasive it's going to be in your life by the amount of the dues. If there's a lot of dues there, there's a lot of homeowner association management, a lot of letter writing over a garbage can that's sitting out front for too long, and stuff that drives the tenant crazy and makes them not want to live there. So single family home, $250,000 range.
Down payment?
Down
payment?
Down payment, I would say 20% down, 25% down. And if you're an investor, you want to have a property manager. You just want to have a manager take care of this investment for you that's got a bigger management business than he does a sales business.
That's very key. We'll come back to that. That's actually very important. I agree. But let's give a chance to Douglas to give us the formula for Memphis success. What would you do, sir?
Yeah, so we got kind of both ends of the spectrum. We've got kind of in the city, older house. You're looking at probably $50,000, putting anywhere from 0 to 25% down, kind of like George is saying. And then the other side, and you're probably getting $800 rent for that. And then the flip side is the new construction or the suburbs, newly built houses, and you're looking at 125 to 150,000, anywhere 1,000 plus rents, probably up to $1,700 rents. Again, putting down 25%, getting more appreciation out there, but less bang for your buck initially.
Gotcha. Okay.
A single family, and I was like, what was that third thing? Single family homes, absolutely. Small duplexes and small apartments as well. Small apartments and duplexes are more in the traditional city as opposed to out in the suburbs.
Gotcha. All right. So now let's actually finish this off. And you guys have been extremely helpful. I appreciate it. But finish this off with final thoughts about what is important. And George said about hiring a management company, and I have personal experience of trying to not, save a little bit of money by self-managing and falling on my face, and having not think about my rental property until the tax time, because it was so good but when it's managed by a good property manager. So I had both experiences, so I know exactly how you feel. And as a business, we help property managers, so we know how important that is. But besides, if there's anything else, any other piece of advice you would give to new investors, what would that be, George?
Well, other than to hire a professional property manager, other than that?
Well, with it, maybe how to pick one. I mean, the word
well, when you're picking a property manager, regardless of where you are, and I'm sure that Doug will agree, how much time does the property manager spend on his management portfolio? And does he have a sales portfolio? Because everybody in the real estate business knows that a sale will bring you 100 times the commission that a management account will. So if your tenant is interested in, or you got a vacant house and your manager's out showing home buyers houses, your house is going to sit vacant, you're losing money. So, when you're looking for a property manager, see how easy it is to get a hold of your property manager. I mean, does he answer his phone on Friday afternoon? And if he doesn't, why not? I mean, can you get a message to him? Can you get a call back? Because that's essential if you've got a water heater that's leaking and the tenant can't get a hold of you to tell you he needs a plumber. Or if the air conditioning is quit and he wants to go to a hotel because no one will call him back and fix his air conditioner. I'm sure that Doug has those same challenges in his market too.
I've read about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, what are your words of wisdom here?
Yeah, so my one word of wisdom on Memphis is, and I neglected to say this, in that core city, there is a ton of economic development going on. Big projects downtown, big projects in Midtown. So those are attractive for the stability of those houses in that core city. So that's where, again, just wanted to throw that in there. When you go to evaluate these two cities, Las Vegas and Memphis, Memphis has a ton going on for it right now. It's exciting. But once the investor watches this video and chooses Memphis over Vegas, here's what the investor needs to do. Just two things. Number one, find just exactly what George just said. Find the right partner in a property management company. Check them out online, get referrals, interview them, understand their business, and make sure they're the right partner for you, because they're the ones who are the boots on the ground taking care of your investment. And the second thing, the word of advice we have for all investors is treat your investment in your investment portfolio as a business, not a hobby. So watch it, mind the store. Even though you have a property manager, make sure they're doing the things that you would want done. They're your hired hand. They're there to take care of your property. So find the right partner, and then make sure the partner is doing the job that you want the partner to do.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right, so I think, at this point, let me actually take a step back and say what I think. And again, my opinion is little compared to the thousands of people who are going to watch this and make their choices. But that little opinion is still my own, and I want to share it. And that is, I have $50,000 to invest. I think what I do is I take $20K, I take it to Douglas and say, Douglas, let's buy an inner city property. Let's rent that out, $800 rent, not a lot of money, but it is cash flowing, right? And then I'm going to take the $30K, I'm going to go to George. We're going to go to the Vegas show, and we're going to decide which house to buy. He's going to spend 3 months looking for it because it's going to be outbid all the time. But finally, he'll get me a good one, and I'll have property in Vegas and in Memphis. And I'm not just saying that to please the speakers here. I think both markets are really hot, if not maybe the top in the nation, I would think. They're a little different, but both are really, really desirable, I think. So, guys, I really do appreciate your time and your energy spent on this. And tell people real quick how they can find you. They want to talk to you more about this. Douglas?
George, go ahead. Okay, Douglas, go ahead. All right, we're at crestcore.com. You can check us out online. Get there. Got our phone number. We're on all social media: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Come find us. We're happy to help however we can.
Thank you, Douglas. And George?
Yeah, you can find me in Las Vegas, the gaming capital of the world, where houses rent minimum for $1,200 a month and not $800. So you're going to make twice as much money, or a third more money, if you come here. And Doug, if you want to invest here, I'm available for you. You can.
Yes, sir. Come visit. I will come
find me at Las Vegas Property.management. So that's my URL. Would be www.lasvegasproperty.management.
Hey,
you could also type in www.blackbirdrealty, and it'll ship over to there. But we're here, and when you come to Vegas for the broker owner, I'd love to meet you.
We'll do it for sure. Would love to be in there a couple months ago.
Yeah, and I'll show you some houses here that you can buy.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll speak to both of you soon.